Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Thank you. This is gonna be the last topic I cover for tonight, and then you guys will catch me with the rest of the stream in the morning. Okay. Um. Yes. By the way, for this Tory topic, I need everybody to come over to Rumble, please. Um. We're getting off YouTube, Twitch, everything. Please come over to Rumble, rumble.com/academics. We'll be covering the Tory topic there. Thank you guys for watching on YouTube and on Twitch, but we got to do this last topic on Rumble, all right? All right. I think we're just on Rumble now. So, here's this thing right here. This is like, I was so fucking shocked I seen this. So, apparently the Tory Lanez emails with his lawyer has now been exposed. And I was scratching my head. I'm like, this guy has attorney-client privilege, does he not? Like, how the fuck could this shit leak when he has attorney-client privilege, blah, 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 this and the third. And I realized that because part of his motion for new trial was that he didn't have an adequate enough attorney or a viable attorney or competent attorney. He had to like basically waive his right of he had to waive his attorney-client privilege right that the judge could look at certain things, because ordinarily is that client attorney communication are not subject to court analysis. It cannot be used as evidence as long as you have attorney-client privilege. However, because he tried to say he didn't have good lawyers, he had to waive his right, and this is how these emails came out. So apparently, if you guys don't remember the first lawyer I told you who was on O.J. Simpson's dream team was a woman. Her name was Sean Holly. She was the first lawyer on the case, but she eventually dropped. Now we get to find out why she dropped. So Megan Cuniff, and salute to her, she's the one who kind of got these emails or went to court and got it, I guess. This is Tory. This is Megan Cuniff. No, not Megan Cuniff, but this is Sean Holly in the middle. Remember, she represented OJ as that big dream team with Johnny Cochran. This is Meg. Listen to this email right here. This was November 21st. Remember, trial for him started. When did trial start? Let me see. When did Tory Lanez trial start? It started December 2022. Yes. Okay. Listen to this email. Tory, as we discussed on Saturday, I'm not comfortable advancing the Kelsey defense, primarily because I don't find it to be a viable strategy. I don't believe my position will change unless Quan, which is the driver, is persuasive in the preview of his testimony, and you are persuasive under mock cross-examination by George and or Lisa. Even if both benchmarks, Quan and you, were to be satisfied, I'm still not certain that I will be going forward. What does this say? This shows that Sean Holly was essentially almost excusing herself from Tory's legal team because she didn't feel like the defense story that they were going to go with was going to be one that was going to be a winning strategy. What is that? Yo, Tory ain't shoot Meg. It was Kelsey that did it. Now we also find out that Tory allegedly, there was plans for Tory to take the stand. That's why she's saying that in a mock cross of Quan and you. So essentially, Tory was going to take the stand, but I'm guessing Tory's new lawyer, maybe was this email, which is this Sean Holly, his old lawyer, convinced him, don't take the stand. You hear her say afterwards, in light of this, you should discuss with George his willingness and ability to move forward with that defense if he could do so by the trial date, which is the 6th. I will help him get up to speed if this is something you're interested in. All the best, Sean Holly. Now, there's more emails, and I'm going to read a couple more to y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take a piss. I got to piss. I ain't going to lie to you. Give me 1 second. Y'all can read down the screen, but I'm going to read it when I get back. I'm writing to let you know tomorrow morning I'm going to file a motion to withdraw as one of your attorney on record. I will file it under seal. By the way, this is Sean Holly. I will file it under seal so it will not be a part of the official court file or record, and accordingly the media will have no reason to suspect that my role has in any way changed from working behind the scenes because of a scheduling conflict. As you know, evidence was elicited last week, both when Kelsey was on the stand and later when her September interview was played. So I guess this was emailed mid-trial, right? So mid-trial, Sean Holly pulled out, but she did it under seal. It says evidence was elicited that somehow I was involved in facilitating an arrangement between you and she being Kelsey, whereby you would finance her business or something like that in order to curry favor with her, thereby aligning you and her interests as far as the case was concerned. You and I both know this never happened. I am not accusing you of saying that to her. She may have made this up herself. I don't know. All I do know is that this did not happen, nor would it ever happen. To emphasize the point, you may recall that once criminal charges were filed against you, I stopped engaging in all discussions with her civil lawyer about the perspective of you're paying her medical bills for injuries she claimed to have suffered the night of the incident. For me to continue those discussions once you were charged criminally and she became a potential witness in the case would have been unethical. So I immediately stopped all discussion with him on that topic. In any event, the fact that these false allegations have been made about me and they are now evidence in the case makes it a conflict as a ethical legal matter for me to continue to represent you, and as a result, I'm obligated to withdraw as your attorney. You should be aware that Alex Spiro, which is Megan's lawyer, and or counsel for Rock Nation have launched an investigation into Kelsey having been compromised, bribed, or threatened. Mr. Spiro is requesting that I and George and Kelsey's lawyer maintain and preserve all communications which might be relevant to this matter. We will not give in to his demands, and we find them improper. But that is the subject for another day. The point is, the question of her having been bribed is apparently not going away, and her interview claiming that I was a part of the Her interview? Is that the one with the prosecutor? That was part of the alleged bribery scheme, is part of their investigation. Anyway, it's probably best that I withdraw from representing you in the Alsina. So remember, he was getting sued in that August Alsina matter too. It says, I'm going to also withdraw from representing you in the Alsina matter. As you know, we have a date scheduled for mediation in February in that case. I will contact the mediator's office and see if we could cancel the mediation. If not, I will speak to Paul about getting you excellent civil counsel to take over representation in that matter. If you have any questions about this, please do not hesitate to call. So essentially, they're saying that Tory kind of like okayed the defense that he wanted to go with. This is Megan Cunniff's right in here. So why did Holly reject the Kelsey defense? So while blah blah argued Holly rejected it because of bribery, the veteran criminal defense attorney's assertions that it wasn't a viable strategy came amid several pieces of prosecution evidence that indicated that Harris wasn't the shooter and had instead acted to protect Megan. Okay. There's one more email. Okay. I think who is this from? Okay, so this is from Tory. Hey Sean, I will get my guys to figure out anything you need. My dearest regards. So this is an email from Sean Holly to Tori trying to make sure she got paid for whatever was left and owed. She said, I'm writing this to square up any and all legal fees on Tori's cases. I know we have our fingers crossed on that both the criminal trial and the August matter end successfully, and those victories mark the end of Tori's legal troubles. In the criminal matter, I've been working with George to help him prepare for trial. For obvious reason, I'm the person most familiar with the evidence in the case and the best person for help. Um, for help. George help Tori. George and I talked several times a day about strategy, blah, blah, da, da, da. I know George wants to spend some more time talking through things for the weekend with me, da, 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 da. Lisa has also spent some time talking with me, gearing up for trial, blah, blah, blah. She also drafted a jury questionnaire. She's not asking for additional fees beyond the $25,000 I was previously paid to her. Russell Green, my investigator, is also helping George. They went to the scene of the shooting late last night, and Russell has served all the subpoenas for the witnesses that George needs for trial. He's also a resource for George in terms of blah, blah. In August Alsina matter, I've been speaking with August's lawyer, who, as you know, is one of my former law partners. We have agreed to go to mediation to see if we can resolve the case quiet. Is it? If August is suing Tory for slapping him, whatever. It said, thanks for sending the mediation fees. It said, as you know, I asked for $175,000 for trial for me, Lisa, and Russell. Since that time, things have changed significantly. As a result, I don't need such a large lump sum of money. As you can see below, the fees you have sent over the past 2 years, thank you. We have paid out $76,250. We're withholding $3,000 you sent for the Chicago criminal lawyer whose job will to be put out any fires in August Alsina criminal investigation. We haven't sent the money to him yet because he had asked to speak with Tory prior to being retained, and I don't believe they have connected. We will continue to hold that $3,000 in a trust. I've attached a retainer agreement for the civil matter for Alsina because the fee structures are different. The criminal case is a flat fee and doesn't depend on hourly billing. The civil case depends. The agreement asks for $20,000 retainer, a reduction from our usual minimum retainer, which will go in the client. Okay, damn, I thought he paid more. And as far as my and Russell's ongoing work for the criminal trial, I'm requesting $30,000 for my past time spent gearing up for trial when I thought it was going to try the case, and the time now spent working with George. Russell's requesting another $10,000. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you, but this ain't that bad. He's not getting charged that crazy. Sean Holly basically wanted $40,000. But I don't know if that was the full amount of money because they did say there was other money that was paid, and 75,000 of that got paid out. All right, let me kind of sum this up. So Tory's first lawyer, and I was kind of hearing that. I was hearing that Tory's first lawyer just didn't want to go to trial. She was trying to think of alternative ways to try to get Tory out of this. Tory was saying, "Yo, can't take no plea. They're trying to deport me. We gotta go to trial." They're trying to think about strategy for trial. Apparently, Tory is in the mindset with the other lawyer to say Kelsey did it. Right now, did she really do it? I don't know. However, the only woman who was in that room, at least in Tory's room with the defense team, is Sean Holly. She listens to it and she says, that shit ain't gonna work. Like, you're not about to go in there and blame Kelsey. It's just not gonna work. Like, you could do it, but it's not gonna work. And I guess this is where all this type of communication comes from. What should I take of this? Because this only got released because Tory had to waive his attorney-client privilege just that he could have his motion where he's asking for certain shit. Like he asked for a new trial, and he said that his lawyers weren't that competent. So, all right, cool. If they weren't that competent, waive your attorney-client privilege that we could look at it, and then we'll see what's up. I think, and just to kind of sum this up and put a bow on this whole thing, this is looking horrible for Tory. This is looking like Tory was grasping for straws. This is looking like Tory had ample warning that this would probably not turn out in his favor. This is looking like Tory Lanez essentially kind of put himself in a really bad predicament by not following the advice of the lawyer. Also kind of puts it into the air that says Tory wanted to testify, but like, you know, in hindsight, would that have helped? So I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of interesting timing of them leaking it today. Megan Cunniff putting it out today, while he had a new record out. But I would just say none of this shit makes Tory look good. Tory don't look good on this. Like, we just got to be honest. And Tory's my guy. I love him. But I think it makes Tory look like he was involved in a cover-up. He was involved in trying to get some shicey shit off. And because of that, I think that's why the public narrative is kind of changing, right? Because people are realizing, I can't just easily just point at one person anymore. Now, granted, everybody wants Tory free because we love Tory, but I don't know, man. I don't know. One thing I can say, Sean Hawley was right. The Kelsey defense, or maybe she was partially right. The Kelsey defense would have worked, I think, but Tory has to take the stand. And I think those lawyers made the decision, Tory, do not take the stand. And, yeah. Fuck. His lawyers tried to tell him. The reason why it makes Tory look bad, because it makes it look like, put it like this. Everything we heard was, yo, Meg's lying, this and third. It was growing public support over whatever. So here's the thing. And by the way, let me kind of walk that back. Not that it makes him look like crazy bad. Well, if the Kelsey story didn't hold any water, what could have been any other ulterior ways to defend Tory? Now, granted, if we're thinking about if Tory's truly innocent, Tory should know what happened, and Tory should be able to give his lawyers a good, oh, no, go at this angle. But they went at the angle that the first lawyer leaves the team over a disagreement and say, yo, this will not work. Y'all not about to ruin my fucking reputation going into court with this fucking just freak show of a comment. Every lawyer is going to get paid. So I see some people saying that every lawyer is going to get paid. So every lawyer got paid pretty handsomely, but not going to lie, man. I keep telling you, I think they're giving Tory 10, man. What was actually super interesting, this told me a lot.